Don't get excited. It ain't there for sure. Alright, ain't finished yet. So, I did the suggestion, and I made some relief cuts here and here. I bent this out, and it looks like it was a waste of time. I probably should have waited before bending these, because now I bent these to where they were doable angle. I'm about to bend them back. The holes, of course, I figured I'd have issues with this, but the bolt hole through and through, you can see how it, now the bolt, the only way it'll go through is like that. So I'm gonna bend these back, and I'm gonna finish chopping this bracket off right across this line. And I'm gonna shift it over so it'll sit, the end of it will probably sit right about here, and we'll weld it on. And this little tab here is gonna overhang this one, so I'll blend it down, most likely. Or if I have a piece of this thickness, I might tack on the back of it to extend it out the width of it, so it'll come out further up here. And I'll grind this little bit of weld here and I'll weld it on out. But this is sitting on the coilover still. And this is about how it needs to sit. It has a very slight degree of the coilover inward instead of perfect vertical. If it was perfect vertical, or if not perfect vertical, if it sat further out like that, if it was more angled, it'd be fine. But it sits almost just like that, and it rests on this coil. And I can't leave it like that. I mean, even if once it was lined up, and if I had a hair of room, I wouldn't feel comfortable with it not catching whenever this is during suspension travel. So I'm gonna pull it back off and finish chopping that and re-weld it and fix these, since I jacked those up. Should have waited. Another not thought through plan. I mean, this thing's not even tightened up. It's gonna pull it back, which is gonna put it even closer to this bar once it gets tightened down. So it's definitely gotta move over. But I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try cutting this loose, pulling it back, welding here, welding here. This piece ought to mate up with this when I'm done, and I'll be able to tie it in with this back flange, because these are both, I think, 1/4 inch thick. So I'm thinking this plate swapped over to the back side of this will add, I ain't gonna add but a 1/4 inch thickness, or a 1/4 inch difference, but I could gap it a little bit more and just fill the gap with weld here if I need to. But that's the plan. I did manage to sell the other rear end this morning, so got a little bit of cash. And maybe I'll have this done today. I don't know, I gotta go to a cookout here in another hour or two. So I'll see how far I get. And I guess thanks for the suggestion, guys. If this doesn't work, I'll have to call them and get another bracket and just do it all over again. But I'm hoping I can make do with what I have, so I don't have to wait on parts. And I'm sure they're gonna charge me for the bracket, because it was technically in the instructions of how to mount it. So let's roll with it. This will be, I guess, part 1 of rear end screw up. Stay tuned for part 2.